Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into something I think almost all of us have felt, but it's super confusing. We're launching a psychological investigation into that weird feeling of missing someone you've already outgrown. If you've ever found yourself completely missing someone who actually hurt you, well, you're in the right place. This Explainer is going to completely shift your perspective. We're going to break down the actual mechanics of your mind and figure out exactly why this happens. So, why do you still miss them? Let's just set the stage here for a second. You know they were bad for you. You've logically accepted that going back would be a huge, massive mistake, right? So why do random memories just ambush you out of nowhere? You're just going about your day, completely fine, and then bam, you see their favorite brand of cereal at the grocery store, or you hear that specific notification sound on your phone, and suddenly, boom, they're right back in your head. It's such a painful contradiction, isn't it? I mean, if this person totally disrupted your peace, why does your heart still miss them? Well, society feeds us this very specific myth. We're taught that lingering pain automatically equals lingering love. We kind of trick ourselves into believing that because it aches, it must be this grand, enduring romance. But as we're going to uncover today, that myth is, more often than not, completely false. Section 1. The confusing heart contradiction. A confusing illusion. Okay, so here's the real core of it. There is a massive, massive difference between missing the actual person and missing the comforting feeling they provided. You see, people aren't just people to our brains. They literally become routines. Maybe you always sent them the first text in the morning, right? Well, when they leave, you don't just lose a person. You're actually losing an intricate daily pattern that your brain was deeply, deeply attached to. Section 2. The person versus the feeling. Biological shifts. To really get this, we kind of have to look past matters of the heart and dive straight into matters of biology. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar emptiness. I really want you to just read that again and let it sink in for a second. It's a heavy thought, but this is exactly why people sometimes find themselves missing incredibly toxic relationships. Your brain fundamentally hates sudden change, and it actively resists the void. Believe it or not, it actually prefers a predictable, toxic situation over the terrifying, completely unfamiliar emptiness of being alone. Section 3. How your memory lies. The highlight reel. So your brain is actually an absolute expert at creating this sort of emotional highlight reel. It acts like an unreliable narrator, selectively editing the footage of your past. It plays back the laughs, those deep late-night talks, those fleeting moments where you felt truly understood. Basically, it creates this blockbuster movie trailer of your relationship and conveniently leaves out all the screaming matches, the tears, and the very real reasons it had to end in the first place. And this creates a super dangerous emotional trap that we call nostalgia. See, nostalgia isn't about replaying reality. It's about romanticizing an edited version of the past. And you know what makes this trap incredibly deadly? Loneliness. When you feel lonely, your brain goes into overdrive scanning for a quick fix, making old connections super easy targets. It confuses missing a specific person with simply missing the feeling of being close to someone. Honestly, it's exactly why that universal urge to text and act at 2 a.m. hits so incredibly hard. Your brain is literally just looking for a shortcut to comfort. Section 4. The unfinished emotional story. Emotional closure. Listen, your brain absolutely hates unfinished stories. Not every relationship ends with a neat, satisfying little bow, right? Sometimes people just disappear. And because your brain constantly craves completion, it gets stuck. It loops endlessly, trying to assemble all these missing puzzle pieces. So that person remains stuck in your head. Not because they're meant for you, but simply because your mind is desperately trying to close out an emotionally unfinished chapter. Section 5. Steps to letting go. Reconstructing peace. Okay, let's dive into this. To actually reconstruct your peace, you need a sort of psychological toolkit. Let's walk through it. Step 1. Ask yourself honestly. Do you actually miss them, or do you just miss how you felt when you were with them? Huge difference. Step 2. Actively distrust your own memories during those super lonely moments. Seriously, do not fall for the fake movie trailer your brain is playing. And finally, step 3. Deliberately remind yourself why things ended. Force your brain to see the whole, unedited picture, not just the good stuff. Now, I want to share a deeply reassuring truth with you. Missing someone is simply part of letting go. It really is. it doesn't automatically mean they somehow belong in your future. You can profoundly, deeply miss someone and at the exact same time know logically that they aren't right for you. It's not some crazy contradiction. It's just the very complex reality of human healing. So the next time you catch yourself randomly thinking about someone you know you shouldn't go back to, I want you to just stop. Don't ask yourself why you still miss them. Instead, ask yourself this one paradigm shifting question. Am I missing the person or the feeling? Let me tell you, the answer to that question changes absolutely everything. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer. Take this question with you and start looking at your past with the absolute clarity you deserve.